Hello everyone and welcome to an aviation news recap. Now most of this week's news will obviously surround the Dubai Air Show, which concluded this week, and Fly Dubai made an order for 150 Airbus A321s and 75 Boeing 737 MAXs, both of which are MOUs. The Dubai-based low-cost carrier placed two large separate orders this year's air show. First came up with Fly Dubai's first ever Airbus order. It must be noted that, again, this is a MOU and not a firm order yet. Fly Dubai has a history of doing this with the 787 order from a couple of years ago, and that was firmed up within about 6 months or so, and we expect this to be done within 6 months or so as well. The Airbus deal will be worth $24 billion at list prices. This deal follows sister airlines Emirates' order for 65 of the Boeing 777-9s. Deliveries of this A321neos should commence in 2031, should the deal be completed, and will comprise of the standard variant, the LR, and possibly the XLR for long, thin routes out of Dubai. The airline's current fleet consists of 27 Boeing 737-800s, 65 Boeing 737 MAX 8s, and weirdly enough, 3 Boeing 737 MAX 9s. Meanwhile, Gulf Air announced that it will take a dozen Boeing 787s. Bahrain-based Gulf Air placed a firm order for 12 Boeing 787-9 series aircraft worth $7 billion at list prices. This order was first announced in July and includes an option to buy a further 6. This serves as a massive capacity leap from operating 10 787s as of now and having a further 20 on order. Is this expansion realistic? Please comment below whether you think they'll be able to fill seats on 30 787s. And remember, the competition in the region is flooded with established players such as Emirates and Qatar, and newcomers with deep pockets such as Riyadh Air. It also makes me wonder whether they're trying to start competing with Emirates and Qatar for established trunk routes and transit traffic in the Middle East. Emirates has ordered 8 A350-900s, though Sir Tim Clark had mentioned that there would be no further orders from Emirates after the 777 order on Monday. They snuck in with a top-up order of 8 A350-900s, which honestly can't have been much of a surprise to anyone. Sir Tim had previously praised the aircraft, saying that it was a peach. This brings the airline's total commitment to the type to 73 units, but quite notably, they haven't ordered the Dash 1000 yet. Honestly, I can see them ordering more as time goes on, opening up new markets in India, China, Africa, and Europe. The current pace of deliveries does seem to be quite decent at the moment, having received 13 of the type since November 2024. The Emirates A350 fleet is currently configured in a 3-class cabin featuring their recently introduced and popular with travellers premium economy, but doing without the flagship first-class cabin for now. Air Europa has placed an order for 40 A350-900s. Now this has come as a bit of a shock. The Madrid-based airline is currently an all-Boeing operator, having 20 737s including 5 MAXs in its fleet and 29 Boeing 787s. They announced an MOU for Airbus's flagship wide-body product, bringing an end to Boeing's dominance in its fleet. This also comes as a bit of a surprise, as it looks like Air Europa will aim to operate the two types side by side, and this means that the airline is looking to more than double its existing wide-body operations. The first A350F has now finished structural assembly. The long-awaited and popular A350F is edging ever so slightly towards its first flight in 2026 by completing its structural assembly this week. Airbus's new freighter has proven to be a hit based off the proven A350-1000 platform, and possibly stealing momentum from the 777-8F due to delays on that program. As of the end of October 2025, the A350F has garnered 74 orders, making it a popular subtype and replacement for the aging 747-400 platform, and creating new opportunities for growth due to its efficiency and class-leading range. Emirates and Boeing to bring in a 777-10 feasibility study. One snippet from the Emirates press release from the 777X top-up announcement this week is that Boeing is apparently working on a Dash 10 feasibility study though it must be noted that Boeing has not commented on the same. The press release had not provided any information on whether this is a technical or commercial feasibility study. I do think the Dash 10 could be a successful but niche product with airlines who are currently Airbus A380 operators and manage to utilize them quite successfully, other than Emirates such as British Airways, Qatar and Qantas. We'll see what happens in this space. The outcome I see happening is Boeing canning the Dash 8 and focusing on the bigger seller in time for entry into service in 2031 or 2032, soon after the Dash 8 was to go out. The interesting thing to see is how much thrust will the G9X need to produce on top of what the version for the Dash 9 produces, and whether the landing gear is good enough for the extra mass for the Dash 10. Time will tell. Finally, Etihad's fleet strategy. An interesting takeaway from the Dubai Air Show was Etihad's order for a new type for their fleet. Etihad will take 6 A330-900s from Airbus and a further 9 from Aviation. This adds fleet complexity to an operator that already has Boeing 787s in its fleet, performing a similar role. It does beg the question though, will Etihad take delivery of the rest of the 787-10 fleet, or is that dead in the water? Comment in the section below if you know the answer to this.